When it comes to judging a company, what are the several parameters? One is the amount of profit that a company makes, the labor conditions, the working conditions of the company, how long the company has been in business, what is its standing in the market, and many more. When it comes to judging a country, what are several parameters? GDP of the country being the foremost, how happy are its people, what is the ease of doing business in the country, and one of the most important factors, how much a country attracts foreign direct investments. Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss Greenfield and Brownfield investments. Now, what is a foreign direct investment? It is an investment by a foreign company in another country. Greenfield investments and Brownfield investments are made by foreigners in another country. Now, let us first discuss what is a Greenfield investment. A greenfield investment is investment right from the scratch. Say for example, there is a foreign company, Coca-Cola. It wants to set up a plant in Tamil Nadu. So what it would do is, it would first purchase the land, set up a factory, hire labor and then start the work. This is an example of a greenfield investment, doing everything from the scratch. Now compare this to a brownfield investment. Not something that a company does from scratch. In a brownfield investment, typically, the company will look for factories that have already been built. Their only purpose is to modify the factory a little bit as per their conditions and start the work immediately. That is a brownfield investment. Each of these investments are made only by foreigners. So for example, if Reliance Industries Limited sets up a plant in Tamil Nadu, that is a fresh plant, purchases the land, constructs the factory, hires laborers, it wouldn't be called a greenfield investment because Reliance Industries is doing that in India, in its own country. If the same thing is done by a foreign company, then it would be called a greenfield investment. Now, each thing has its own advantages as well as disadvantages. Let us discuss some of the few advantages as well as disadvantages of a greenfield investment versus a brownfield investment. The first one being, greenfield investment gives you design flexibility. Now, since you are building everything right from the scratch, you can decide what type of a factory you want to build. What will be the design of the factory versus investing in a brownfield facility, because the factory is already built. You cannot, design the factory as per your conditions. You can modify a bit here and there, but designing exactly as per how you want is going to be difficult. So that is one of the advantages of greenfield investments versus a brownfield investment. The second one being, greenfield investment has a low maintenance as compared to a brownfield investment. Naturally, because if say for example, I am a foreign company making a brownfield investment. Now the factory is already set up. The machinery of the factory may not be in a working condition and may be old enough. So I'll have to spend more for its repairs and maintenance versus me making a greenfield investment and buying new machinery and equipment which do not require frequent repairs and maintenance. So that is again one of the advantages of a greenfield investment as compared to a brownfield investment. The third one being regulatory hurdles. Now, regulatory hurdles is generally a disadvantage in case of a greenfield investment because in India it is very difficult to procure land because you will have to go through several regulatory hurdles. Still, you cannot be sure that you will, end up getting a land parcel. So this becomes one of the disadvantages of a greenfield investment. Whereas in case of a brownfield investment, everything is already in place. You just have to secure the title of the land. That is, the land belongs to that company. Now you just have to get the name transferred to your company. That's it. No other regulatory hurdles. The other advantage that a greenfield investment has over a brownfield investment is that it is a source of attraction. Say for example, I am a foreign company setting up a greenfield plant in India. I can advertise and tell people that, hey, it's a good place to work in. Everything has been newly set up. So people would be generally attracted to work here as compared to a brownfield investment. So that again becomes one of the advantages of a greenfield investment. Now, one of the disadvantages of a greenfield investment over a brownfield is that it is expensive naturally. The majority of the chunk goes into purchasing the land. So that becomes an expensive proposition versus a brownfield investment that is already set up in place. All you have to do is modify here and there a little and start your work. So that is less risky. Now, depending on your business requirements and your capacity, you may either go for a greenfield investment or a brownfield investment. There is no hard and fast rule that a greenfield investment is certainly better every time than a brownfield investment. It again depends on the urgency. If you want to start your operations immediately, naturally at that point of time, a brownfield investment would make more sense for you because everything is already in place. All you have to do is a little bit modification and start your work. So I hope you enjoyed the video today and you learned something new out of this. If you feel someone else needs to know this, please do share the video with them. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the entire video. See you in the next video.